Are you pregnant? And it's hot out. That's some noisy breathing. So today we're doing does. These are my two yearling does that are both bred to a kid next month. So they'll be 13 months when they kid. And for anybody who thinks that's a bad idea, there you can look on the Maryland Small Ruminant page. There's a pretty decent study that shows that there was, as long as you feed doelings correctly, that there's no impact to their growth if you breed when they first start coming into heat at 6, 7, 8 months old. This doeling came, well, she was born here, but her parents I bought, and they came from a place where the person had bucks in all the time, so her does routinely kidded at less than a year old. So I actually waited a little bit longer and let her go through a couple heat cycles before she got bred. This is a myotonic doe, fainting goat, that I don't know much about. My guess is they probably waited where she came from. But hopefully they both have a single. I'm pretty sure, well, she'll have a single. So just based on the genetics, she'll have a single. And her, I'm not even sure she's bred. She has not come back into heat, but she doesn't really look pregnant. She's not due towards the end of April, but I'm not sure about her. We're doing CDT, and which is tetanus and other Clostridium vaccine that you do about a month before lambing and kidding, so that the lambs and kids are born with antibodies to Clostridial disease, which can otherwise take them out. And then BOCI is a selenium vitamin E shot, because we are very selenium deficient here. It can cause problems in the babies, make them weak and can't get up to nurse, and we've had issues with it. So per our veterinarian, we do that a month before lambing and kidding. And then this doe needs ivermectin, because this doe has had sucking lice, and I treated her, but it looks like she probably needs to be treated too. And then I need to actually go back through my ewes and see if anybody looks like they have lice. These two doelings, because they are doelings, they're the only two doelings I have. Everybody else is older. They're in with my ewes because the ewes are less competitive than the other goats. Goats are mean. At least my goats are mean. So they're in here with the sheep so that they get plenty to eat. And they do. They're actually, even as doeling, as young, they push the sheep off the feed. So actually they get along really well with the sheep, but they do, especially this one with her little horn, she does sometimes push the younger ewes off feed. So they're getting plenty to eat in here. And I think my ewes get plenty to eat too. They've got plenty of space. There's this feeder here there's 20 head in here, and there's this feeder here, and then they have a whole nother bank on the other side. That's how I do my CDT, because I like to do them in the armpit where you can see the skin. So I just try to do this quick so their circulation doesn't get cut off to their leg. And then we get our consolation. Huh, buddy? This is Bruja. She's one of my favorites. She's very mad. She doesn't like to be messed with. And you're not helping by standing right there. Everybody's so hot because it's like 60 degrees out here. And it's been cold. Are you so mad? I know, I'm sorry, but we gotta do this. For the babies, we gotta do it. It's Claudia. She's almost 130 pounds. She's our biggest non-standard size doe. Her mom was 3/4 Nigerian dwarf and 1/4 Nubian, so she was also a big doe. And then her dad was a smaller boar buck. It was kind of a accidental thing, but it worked out fine. Her mom had triplets, and they were all, none of them was too big. But she does not like, she's not very friendly. This is Blaze. She's a little pygmy. Silky girl. Pretty hardy little girl. Oh, Blazy. You're pretty low maintenance. Thing about Blaze too, she's never underfoot. She's kind of spooky. Likes food, but otherwise she's kind of spooky. I'm Blaze. Yeah. Now we got Splot. She's also not very friendly. And oh, you guys, Honey, Nadine, Davina, y'all won't go away. You're not caught. You're not pregnant. She's the only one that's not pregnant. Yeah, she was in heat. She had a vaginal infection and didn't settle. You guys need to go on. This is Splot's daughter here. You ready for some shots, Splotty? Okay. It's a little bit dramatic. Yeah, that's a shot of ivermectin. Pretty dramatic. Pretty dramatic, dude. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Wow. Goodness. You realize like a whole bunch of other animals have also gotten the same shot, right? Nobody did that. You need to go away. No, this is Splot. This is Splot's sister, but she's bigger. Go away. Go. Shh, 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 shh. Go away. Oh, Splot. You're the over 100-pounder club. I bet you got triplets. Whereas I bet you Splotty's got 2. What do you think? They're bred to different bucks too. So I just gave her the same shot as I gave Splot. And this is a more normal reaction. That's a stingy shot. Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetie. It hurts. It's pretty stingy. But oh, we're gonna be a little bit dramatic too. These two does are super sensitive to shots, which I guess I didn't really realize. At least intramuscular shots. So Magnolia is behind everybody else because she didn't take on the first time. You can get off the scale. I got your weight. But you're not ready. You don't get shots because you're not there yet. You ready for shots? Davina, she's out of Splot. And I did not give her ivermectin. I don't see. She looks pretty good. Doesn't look like she has lice. But I did just give her the Bosi, this vitamin E selenium in the neck. And she's super flinchy too. So it's all these, some animals are just a lot more, have a higher pain tolerance. But Splot and Splot have always, now they do scream when they kid, but most of the goats do. But all of them, seems like they have, like a lot of them when you give them a shot intramuscularly in the neck, it's like they don't even notice. And the Bosi doesn't seem to be at all stingy. Like that, most of them don't react. Like they might be kind of like, whoa, what are you doing? But then that's it. But these guys are super flinchy and squirming around even with a Bosi shot. So I think they just have a really high needle intolerance. So this beast is Noodles, who aired my scale. So she's now over 200 pounds. She's usually about between 170 and 180. How many you got in there? I'm hoping you have a bunch of boys. So she's our last remaining meat goat. She's a Kiko Nubian. She has a lovely udder for milking. But we got rid of our other meat and dairy goat girls and our meat. We had a big 250-pound boar Kiko buck, but we got out of the meat goats. They just eat too much when you're in confinement like this. But I kept her because she has such a nice udder. Just for a milk goat, but she's not working out. So she's wearing a ram shield. Those are made for rams, to keep your rams from fighting, because they can see out the side, but they can't see out the front, so they can't line each other up very well if they're a ram. So it really cuts down on fighting at certain times. We don't leave them on, but certain times. But she is wearing one, and she does wear one all the time because she is a huge bully when she's in here with these other small goats. So when she was with goats the same size, she actually got along really pretty well. She's very overprotective of her kids is the only thing when she's in with standard size goats. But just being in here with these little ones, I mean, she's twice their weight. So, and she's a bully. I mean, if she gets one caught, if one has its head in the feeder and she comes and it doesn't get out of the way fast enough, she'll just start trying to kill it. So she's gonna end up killing somebody. So I put the ram shield on her, and she's works pretty well. And it doesn't, I check it regularly, it does not rub her. So she goes really slow, and she's just in a pen. They do go out in the pasture sometimes, but we have 3 livestock guardian dogs, so she's not at risk from predators, and so it just really slows her down and gives the other goats a chance to get out of her way, because she is definitely the dominant doe. I'm surprised you're coming up to me. You were mad at me. See, I just gave Birdie her Bosie shot because I had enough, because I just ordered some more. So I got everybody but Noodles. I gotta do Noodles still on Bosie. But like Birdie, so shot in the neck. Granted, it's not that stingy ivermectin, but like she care less. She act like I didn't do anything. Hi, Claudia. Should I go get some more biscuits? Yeah, you only cared about the biscuits, huh?